All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back talking about influencer boxing again. And as we know, Mams Taylor has been giving Tikky Tokky the Dana White, John Jones treatment, calling him #1 pound for pound. Really just taking a piss, but it does seem like they're very confident in HS's potential in the influencer boxing scene. He has even gone as far to say he would be able to beat Jake Paul in a year's time, which I do not agree with. Jake Paul has been fighting for like 4 or 5 years. It just doesn't work like that. Yeah, of course, HS has great tools and great potential to become a great boxer. But is he there yet? Let's break that down. Real quick, before I get into the video, 96% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you like boxing, influencer boxing, or MMA content, I post 3 to 4 times a week on this channel. So make sure you subscribe. Also, if you're looking for a new combat sports podcast, check out the Day Ones podcast. The link will be down in the description. I appreciate you. And as we know, Tikky Tokky has fought one time in a very interesting fight against George Fensom, I would say. George Fensom was not ready to fight at all in that fight and shouldn't have even been in that ring. Even in the build-up, he seemed nervous. It just didn't seem like a good idea. It definitely seemed like a squash match for HS for sure. And he was supposed to fight a couple other times, but it didn't end up happening. He was supposed to fight Masai Warrior on the Qatar card, but ended up getting canceled because they got in some sort of like scruffle in a hotel or something like that. That ended up getting the fight canceled. Then he was supposed to fight Wade on January 18th, but apparently he has some legal issues. Apparently, allegedly got into a hit and run, which is pretty serious. So he really needs to get his act together if he wants to fight for Misfits, because obviously he can't do whatever he wants. He got into like a fight after his fight. Like, he just tends to just get in trouble. So that could get in the way of him fighting for sure. But as his potential as an actual boxer, I want to see what he's got so far, because I haven't checked his footage in a little bit. So let's react to it. Alright, I'm going to have to mute this clip because they're playing copyrighted music. I can't really do normal reaction content anyways, so subscribe so I can get a PC. So let's just check this out, and I'll commentate through it. Okay. Hands are real low, but you can tell he has good movement. I'm pretty sure he has martial arts backgrounds already. And now he's showing the shadow boxing. Yeah, like I said, I really like the movement. I think he has better leg movement than like Wade does. Hands are pretty low, but I do kind of like it. It just doesn't seem like he's very concerned about what's coming back at him. But the feet are really good. He has really good movement. Yeah, it's just... I'm not saying they won't be able to take a punch, and he might not care to get punched, but there's to a certain extent where you do have to care because you're a human being and you can get clipped. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, I kind of like it. We got more footage to look at, but based off just looking at this, I think that he needs to be a bit more wary. I'm sure he will be in the ring. I'm sure he's probably just getting some work in and working out his upper body with these high volume. He definitely is a high pressure fighter. I can see it in his style because he's very... heavy relying on that movement, so I could definitely see him trying to apply the pressure in all of his fights. We're not seeing him moving backwards in any of these, so that's pretty interesting. I'm pretty curious on what that looks like. All right, now let's get into this new clip. This is posted yesterday on his IG, so let's check it out. So it looks very similar, relying on his momentum. Okay, this is what you want to see. Him tighten up his punches, making sure the left hand returns. There you go. That's the stuff that you want to see. Him tighten up just a little bit. Okay, now that's working on cardio.
Strong body shots. Go. Go.
Those hands are really dropping. He got power. He does. Okay. He definitely got some power. Like I said, this guy can be very dangerous in the scene. He really can be. He doesn't seem scared, man. And I want to see how much he's really training, because I know he's big into like partying and all that. And I know we see people like Connor, John Jones that end up being great fighters but still partying and all of that. It's still something you shouldn't lean on. It's cool to rely on your athleticism, which he's doing a lot in his boxing. But you're going to have to blend in some skill too, because Wade is training with BJ Flores. He's really getting prepared for his fight with Masai Warrior. And it seems like Wade does want this fight after the Masai Warrior fight. So that's the one thing about Wade that we know that we'll have over HS is he's going to be a bit more technically sound. But Wade is a lot more in the cement, in the ground in his style, and HS is a lot more in and out with his style, which kind of worries me a little bit with Wade. It really depends if Wade could hurt HS and see how much HS backs off, like we said. And none of these clips we've seen HS working backwards, which is really a real part of boxing that you have to get used to. I'm not saying that they're not training them the right way. I have no way of knowing, but you really got to make sure you're used to moving backwards, used to getting hit. And relying on your athleticism and your tools is great and all, but can't do it too much. But I do like what I see, though. I can see the potential that Mams is talking about, #1 pound for pound, like he says. But, yeah. All right, so overall, things that I like. HS is very good with his footwork. He has to have had some MMA experience in the past. I'm pretty sure he does, like Muay Thai or something like that. It would make a lot of sense because his footwork is already very good. He's very good at using momentum to flow into his punches, but the only thing is he just needs to tighten up his guard and everything. He really is good for how long he's been boxing. I really wish he was able to fight Masai Warrior on the guitar card so we could see how he's improved. But yeah, I definitely think he has the most potential in the influencer boxing scene for sure, especially with his size, speed, and power already. All he needs to do is tighten up his shots, like I said. And like I said, sure, he could have a great chin and just eat punches, but you still just don't want to do that. I can see him relying on his athleticism a lot in his fight against Wade. And I think that's what would get him into trouble because Wade is focusing on the sweet science with BJ Flores. He's putting in the work. And he might not be as quick as HS, but sometimes that doesn't matter. If Wade is outworking HS, he might just win the fight just because of that. But I don't know. I can't say it 100%. I'm kind of nervous for Wade because HS really is dangerous already. Like, sure. Like, it can look a little bit goofy, him bouncing in and out, winging punches, but when you're in front of it, it's overwhelming 100% since he's a high-pressure fighter. But like I said, I want to see how he does moving backwards because that is a very key part of boxing. I'm sure he's going to try to apply the pressure in all of his fights, but that might not be the case every single time. He's not going to be the heavy favorite in the Wade fight because he's really preparing, and he's having a full camp before their fight. So Wade's going to have 2 camps before he even faces HS. So that could be a real factor. So yeah, HS, if you're somehow watching this video, I think you look very good. Once you tighten up your punches, which I'm sure you're working on every single day, I'm not saying that you're not, you could be very, very dangerous, man. Seriously, you could really have the biggest potential in the influencer boxing scene. Let me know if you guys agree down in the comments down below. He will have to be on his best behavior, though, because he does seem to get into trouble a good amount. Doesn't mean he's going to be like that for the rest of his life. But if he really wants to box, they take it very seriously how you carry yourself, especially with something like Misfits, where sure, it's hectic, it's influencer boxing, but he already has gotten in trouble saying they can't say certain words in the press conference and stuff like that. So, which isn't the end of the world, but these charges and stuff like that will definitely halt things and halt your future getting into influencer boxing. It'll be great money. All you need to do is stay focused and keep training, and you'll make a great name for yourself and make great money and make great moments for the fans. So, yeah, I'm excited for what HS can bring to the scene. Obviously, I love Wade, and I would want Wade to win their fight, but I would be a bit nervous for him. And Wade acknowledges that HS is dangerous. So I know that Wade would be prepared, but will HS be prepared? Is he going to put 110%, or is he only going to put like 70%? But that's the beauty of this scene, man. We really don't know how good these guys are until they're right in front of us fighting. We're going to see how good Wade looks on January 18th. My predictions for that card will be dropping Wednesday, so make sure you guys check that out. Let me know in the comments if you would favor HS or Wade in their fight when it eventually happens, or if Masai Warrior wins against Wade. I'm sure it will be HS versus Masai Warrior. Let me know how you think that would go also. So yeah, HS Tikky Tokky. We'll see how he ends up being and how good he ends up being. He could be great for the scene. They need more big boys that can fight. So it'll be very good. I almost want him to be at heavyweight because Misfits heavyweight division is struggling right now. But it is what it is. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more posts. Algorithms weird like that. Also, if you're looking for a new combat sports podcast, make sure you check out the Day Ones podcast. The link will be down in the description. Thank you guys for listening to me yap like usual. God bless all of you, and peace out.